Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you don't already know, this channel is about my motorcycling adventures with a focus on travel and maintenance. Today I'm sharing my packing list for solo off-road motorcycle riding, in my case specifically on the Trans-Euro Trail. I plan to ride these trails for a month starting with Romania, where we are right now. I often find myself packing the same essentials, so I thought this might benefit other people out there who are interested in riding with minimal luggage, or are planning a similar trip, or own a similar luggage setup, or own a similar bike. This is my 2018 CRF 250L. This trip does not include camping gear, as I'll be staying in hotels, and since it's a summer trip, there's no need for heavy cold weather gear, so keep that in mind. The journey could last up to a month, but that doesn't change what I choose to bring with me. So let's dive into this. This is the final setup. I opt for soft luggage, but do have luggage mounting racks, two on the sides and one above the tail. The same setup works without the luggage racks if you want to strap the bags directly to the body of the bike for an even slimmer setup, but I like the racks for the crash protection they offer. I've got 4 bags in total, 2 Kriega OS-12 bags on the rear luggage rack, a Nelson-Rigg Commuter Lite tailbag, and a small SW-Motech tankbag. This setup has evolved over the years. It started with backpacks strapped to the bike, modified bicycle panniers, waterproof bags with custom-made straps, and now we're here. Let's start with the first one. First up, let's get the boring but necessary bag out of the way. This is the bag that sits on the left side. I don't usually dig deep into this one. If I open it, it's only to get my walking shoes, which sit at the top. Touring boots are great for riding, but terrible for walking, so these extra shoes are a much needed comfort. There's also a hoodie in here for when it gets chilly. This bag carries my tools, emergency kit, pump, a spare tube, and there must be chain lube in here, and some rags. This is the full contents of the bag. I'm bringing a tool bag with me this time. It's not something I usually travel with, at least not with all the stuff I have in here this time. I usually bring a small assortment of socket wrenches and a tiny T-handle, but this time I have this Oxford tool bag with me, complete with all the socket wrenches needed for my bike, 2 mini tire irons and more. This is the whole kit. Hopefully I won't have to unpack this. Pause the video if you're curious about the exact contents. In the same realm of stuff I hope to never use, I've got compression bandages, plasters, some basic medicine, hydrogen peroxide for cleaning cuts, and some iodine antiseptic solution all in here. This entire bag weighs in at about 6 kilos. Alright, let's get this out of the way and move on. Next, the exhaust side Kriega bag, which gets unpacked every night. I've organized everything in packing cube fashion, but kept it pretty simple. General clothes, underwear and socks, electronics and toiletries. For clothes, I've packed an extra pair of jeans, some Bermuda shorts, 4 t-shirts, a thermal long-sleeved shirt, and swim trunks. Underwear and socks for 4 to 5 days, because I plan to do my laundry in hotel bathroom sinks. Now onto the toiletries. I swear by my dental water jet flosser. This compact model can draw water from a gloss, so it doesn't have its own water reservoir, plus a toothbrush. There's no shampoo, shower gel, or tiny towel in here. I just use whatever I find in the hotels. This flosser though, this one is non-negotiable. The rest is electronics. This includes cables, chargers, adapters, SD cards, an external SSD for video storage, a headlamp, and other camera accessories. The entire right-hand side bag with all its contents weighs about 5 kilos. Moving on to the tail bag, I debated bringing this one because I really want to keep the top weight down, but this is super light at just 1.6 kilos, including the bag. Inside, the contents are light and fluffy. There's a motorcycle cover, a rain jacket, and rain pants all bundled in there. On top of this, I'll have a camera stick, a little tripod, and a phone mount for easy access on the road. But I'm using those right now to shoot this video. There are also a couple of pairs of latex gloves in here. Finally, the tank bag. This is the smallest and lightest of the bunch. It holds a power bank, camera batteries, a few camera accessories, a multi-purpose charging cable, my hair trimmer. This isn't supposed to be here, but I have nowhere else to put it. There's a pocket knife, some microfiber cloth, and pepper spray. Everything's in a waterproof bag because the bag itself is not waterproof. This adds another 1.5 kilos to the whole setup. So there you have it, my packing list for solo travel on the Trans-Euro Trail. The total weight of all the bags is under 15 kilos, plus my own 73 kilos, that's 88 kilos on a 250 kilo bike. This is what usually works for me. Packing light is, I think, really important for this type of trip. If I were to bring camping gear along, I would need about the size of another Kriega bag. I know because I did travel like that before. And if the temperatures were much lower, then I probably wouldn't do this trip because I hate the cold and I wouldn't want to ride my bike loaded like that off-road. But that's just me. Hopefully this gives you some new ideas for your next motorcycle trip. If you found this helpful, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. This channel is pretty much only about motorcycle travel and maintenance, so subscribe for more motorcycle stuff. Ride safe, and maybe I'll see you out there on the trail. Here's a sneak peek behind the scenes of how I recorded this video. That's where I sat, and that's the luggage stuff. And this is the video setup. See the professional lights and the microphone, and that's the downward facing DJI, another light, and a battery pack. And that's where the phone was sitting, recording me. And I was reading text off of that iPad. And that's a heavy duty grill. It's where I barbecue. Yep, this is what it looks like.